What's going on, y'all? Attorney Tom here. Law and Crime Network is threatening to sue Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota for copyright infringement. In today's video, I'm going to be going over whether or not Law and Crime has a valid case for copyright infringement against Nick, and I'm going to be predicting the outcome of this matter if it were to go to court. For anybody who doesn't know who Nick Rekieta is, first of all, congratulations. He is a popular lawyer and streamer here on YouTube. A large portion of Nick's catalog is streaming trials as they are happening in real time. He will stream for 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, broadcasting these trials in real time, adding his commentary as trials happen. And oftentimes he is accompanied by a panel of legal experts. He is probably the biggest streamer in this niche. Now, what he does in order to stream a lot of these trials is he restreams on top of publicly available broadcasts. One of these broadcasts is brought to you by the Law and Crime Network. So Law and Network will stream the trial on their YouTube channel. Nick will stream himself watching their stream and add his commentary. Law and Network recently sent Nick Rekieta a cease and desist letter. But this case is actually a really interesting legal case because the underlying content is a public proceeding. A court proceeding is a public proceeding. Presumably everybody has a right to watch said proceeding. Now, unfortunately, the analysis of the case is just not as simple as that. But what I want to do is play a clip from Nick Rekieta's stream about him discussing the issues going on, and we'll continue our discussion after that. It is worth noting that there are some perspective differences here. I have met Nick Rekieta in real life, and if this were real life, I would say that the proportions would probably be like this. Nick Rekieta is he's really short. That's not important to the analysis, but it's important that y'all know that.
What's going on? I haven't seen it. Law and Crime, for my purposes, for the purposes that I've actually witnessed, all they do is they get a courtroom feed and they broadcast it. No commentary or anything. And what they do is it's a good service, right? It's an easy way for people to find a lot of different trials that are happening all the time. They have multiple YouTube channels that are live streaming, sometimes simultaneously, from different courtrooms across the country. Now, is Law and Crime in the courtroom physically? I don't know. Maybe they are. But here's what I do know is that during, for example, the Rittenhouse trial, during the Kim Potter trial, during the Chandler Halderson trial, there are multiple broadcasters all broadcasting from the same pooled feed.
So that's really important. And obviously this all goes to the core issue of who owns the footage. Does Law and Crime actually own this footage so then they can then copyright it, or are they just merely a licensee? And even if they are a licensee, they could still potentially get a copyright on it because after all, it is their licensee, and what they are going to say is, well, we licensed it, why can't Nick Rekieta license it? But nonetheless, that is an important fact, and we are just issue spotting at the current moment.
Someone puts up a camera and someone hits record, and then that feed is shared with everybody. That's why during the Rittenhouse trial, for example, you could go on Law and Crime, or you could go on, I don't know, a different channel. I don't remember what other channels were used. But you could go on Court TV, for example. You go on a different channel and you can watch it, and the camera angles are the same. The camera angles are the same. So this is going to be a critical point in this discussion as we get to what even is a fair use, bro. And the question will be, does Law and Crime actually even have a copyright in what they're purporting to have a copyright in? because it's not abundantly and immediately clear that they do.
And that goes to whether or not they own the stream. And if they're licensing the stream from somebody else, again, it's not outcome determinative of whether or not they could have a copyright, because again, they have licensed it and presumably Nick Rekieta hasn't. But you can see where this gets complicated. And then you add that on top of the fact that this is a public court proceeding, you're getting into a pretty dicey situation. So real quick, I'm going to show you all an example of Nick's restreaming so you guys can conceptualize what is happening. Here's a clip from the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. As you can see right here, here's the law and crime emblem. And here is Nick with a panel of his experts. I'm sorry, Nick is cut off. It's probably a good thing for you, but you know, you get the point.
900, I'm sorry, 9:46 a.m. of the following day.
So just so we're clear,
He's not looking as smooth as he did before.
8:25.
No, he's having a bad day.
You think he realized over lunch the oh fuckness of it all?
I think someone told him.
I'm betting his civil lawyer basically said, "Hey, you know that 10 million?
It's killing me.
You're not
Bye.
getting $10."
On this paper.
Hey, Nate.
So there you go. It is Nick Rekieta talking with a whole bunch of lawyers while the trial is going on. And so look, y'all, I don't think we need to get into the weeds about this. Yeah, there are a lot of lawyers on the internet who are probably a lot more academic than me. I am more pragmatic. I am practical. I actually practice law. So the next part of this analysis is, let's say that Law and Crime does have a copyright here, and they very well might. We haven't decided that issue. So then it comes, if Law and Crime has a copyright, is Nick's use of it fair use? Now, one of the factors of fair use is how much of the content you use, and that factor obviously weighs heavily in Law and Crime's favor. I mean, if we just go back here, Nick Rekieta in this one particular stream streamed for 9 hours and 10 minutes, where he streamed the entire trial all day. So he used 100% of Law and Crime's stream. Now, the key word in that entire fair use analysis is the word factor. That is one factor that the court will consider upon many others. That is not outcome determinative. The main thing that fair use wants or analyzes is whether or not the work is transformative. And I think you can very clearly argue that Nick's work is transformative, whether or not he streams their entire live stream, because people are going to Nick's stream for his commentary. Law and Crime does not offer that commentary. Additionally, he brings on a whole panel of legal experts. I mean, look at this. At this particular time of the case, Nick has himself, Legal Bites, Legal Mindset, Runkle of the Bailey, Emily D. Baker, Ty Beard, and it looks like Nate the lawyer just joined. Yeah, and if we hop forward, there is Nate down below. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lawyers actively talking about this case. And you know what? When the case adjourns or they take a break, Nick and his panel continue the discussion. When the court adjourns, they have to fill the time. The people who go to these chats go to them for Nick Rekieta. They go to him for the legal experts. Nobody is mistaking Law and Crime for Nick Rekieta. If you just want to watch the trial in silence, yeah, go to Law and Crime. But you go to Nick Rekieta's channel for Nick Rekieta. That's disgusting to say.
If you don't like racy jokes, if you don't like controversial topics and subjects,
Head to my channel.
do not watch it. You will not offend me. It's not for you. It is for me.
Wow, that was a keep. You know what? Keep this, editor. That was a really good coincidental. I'm gonna replay that. This is not pre-planned. Listen to this. Listen to Nick
as well. If you don't like racy jokes, if you don't like controversial topics and subjects,
Head to my channel.
Do not watch it. You will not offend me. It's not for you. It is for me having a good time doing the best job in the world. So
You
just
guys,
so you
Mr.
know.
Bites is dancing around in my office.
There y'all go. Look, Nick has his own spin on things. People go to Nick for his personality. They don't go to watch a trial alone. right? He's a lawyer. He transforms this content. At least that's the way I see it. So as much as it pains me to say, I think Nick Rekieta is right here. And again, that's even if we have to get into the fair use argument. And the only way we get into the fair use argument is if Law and Crime actually has a copyright. And in order for them to have a copyright, they're going to need to show that, you know, it is their work and somehow they're entitled to a copyright on a public proceeding, which they very well might. But, you know, again, I think if worse comes to worse, Nick has a very good fair use argument. Oh, y'all, that's it for today's video. Talk to you later. Bye.
He's a catastrophic injury attorney who accidentally became a YouTuber. Attorney Tom.